Okay. Thank you, Dr. Sabih, Dr. Vinos, Dr. Jihan, and Dr. Andy for inviting me to speak about my students' experience in heritage documentation. In my presentation in the first workshop, I gave an overview about my class, conservation and rehabilitation. Today, I'm going to zoom in the process of documentation by my students. So, as I mentioned in my last presentation, if you have attended it, the class of conservation and rehabilitation was suggested and launched in 2015 at Koya University in the Department of Architectural Engineering to meet the urgent need to provide a thorough documentation to the heritage buildings dated back mainly to the late Ottoman epoch and the colonial epoch, so mainly between the 19th century and the 20th century. Of course, because of this need, we try to give some certain instructions to our students. This facet gives you a little bit a hint of the details that they use. They use these codes, all these codes in this facet refers to further details using, you know, isometrics and structural details and materials, and go further more. So let's go to the 2D and 3D, and then I will talk about the process itself. The students use manual methods. It means they depend mainly on the traditional way, using the, you know, the rulers and the measurement tapes. And then they used to make visualization via the use of AutoCAD for drawings and 3D Studio Max. And as you can see here, this is one of their thoughts of about the rehabilitation of one of their projects. So to talk about the main purpose of this presentation is to show actually the challenges that we face when we are working with you know, the manual method or the traditional method of documentation. So first of all, we have the issue of a student safety. As you can see here from this slide and the slide before, we have many ruins in Koya Old Town. So in this picture, for example, I show you one of the traditional houses that is nearly underground. So which means that students can't go inside, you know. So this is one of the dangerous status that we need to deal with as academic staff. And we need to make our students, let's say, let them avoid these situations. That means that we need to go and see the sites of the buildings before they go there, so that we can avoid such things. So this is why our measures to keep the student safety is letting to have certain, let's say, cautions or, let's say, rules. So number one is, of course, uninhabited buildings are not allowed unless if they were checked previously by academic staff or under their supervision. Students choose their cases from a list of historic buildings that were checked previously by the academic staff, and provided also with the location on the map. About this, actually, we couldn't provide this kind of list in the earlier years of the conservation and rehabilitation, because we didn't have a real list of historic buildings. If you have watched my earlier presentation, if you remember, the only historic buildings that were registered by the Department of Antiquities Services in Koya was only 18 buildings and features, while our list consists of 85 buildings and features that deserve documentation. But recently we could manage to do that. So now we are not only checking previously the location, but we have already a list of historic buildings that we can advise, and we can see if they can go there or not. So the other issue is the group number should not be less than 4 students, and we used to have like boys and girls. So you know, certain cautions, especially because of the clothing itself. Some girls, you know, with they need to wear certain, of course, with the hijab, and so they can't move easily. And in this way, we need to care about this point, and we need to manage to have other students who can move easier and make the, you know, the suitable measurement. So we do care about these issues. And also we have we are arranging between our academic staff and the Department of Antiquities in Koya about each student visit to the historic building, so that we can know that it's safe and would not cause harm for them when they are doing their measurements. Of course, other challenge about this case, I mean the student safety, is that we have it here, and that encourage us actually to improve or to upgrade our methods, is that many students used to complain about how to measure the you know, the let's say the height of the building, and so sometimes going to the upper floor is not available for them, and it's not safe. So we used to encourage them to use the pictures to determine the height of the building, considering indications like a ruler with the picture, or using also the proportion would be very helpful here. And that, of course, when there is no safe way to scale it. Another challenge that we have in Koya, I think in Europe you have it too, is the bad weather, because our class is in the fall semester, and that means that during the fall and of course the early winter, we expect long days, and sometimes it's extended to be weeks. Of continuous raining and winds, and that's not only affect actually the measuring process, but it's also make the buildings that were, let's say, available for measurement by students to be to be dangerous sometimes because of the unexpected conditions of the weather, like what happened in 2019. I think both Dr. Abdullah Khurshid and Dr. Mahmoud Khayyat remember when we had a conference in 2019. There were really very dangerous situation because of the bad weather and very strong winds. So that part of many buildings were fall because of this. So serious damages had happened. Another important and very important issue actually is the accuracy of this type of measurement. This picture actually, we take it for our students when they are doing a day sketch in Ahmadiyya. We took them there and we asked them to do a design for this area. And as you can see here, they were trying to, you know, twist the measuring tape. Well, this is very expected actually, even either to twist it or to make it higher from a point, lower from another point, and these issues. This is why we, our measures about this to maintain the accuracy is that we ask them always to give us pictures and videos when they are doing the measurement. And this is why sometimes, actually not sometimes, it's lots of times we ask them to repeat the measurement in a right way. So we ask them always to have evidences. This is why each plan, each drawings, whether for the ornament, as you can see here, or other parts of the building, they need to put the drawing with the right picture of that drawing so that we can see the proportion and we can make sure that the form and the proportion are made in a right way. So I give here a quick overview for the challenges. Now let's go to the potentials, because these challenges, as I said, they are encouraging us or give us an urgent need to improve and upgrade to electronic devices. And as Dr. Andy has said about the photogrammetry, of course we will go to this, but let's talk about what we have it already. So we have already the total station in the Faculty of Engineering, and it helps a lot with the layout of the building to give us a really let's say accurate layout, but it's very complicated. And from my experience, I don't know how to use it. And I'm the head of the staff. So actually, we don't use it. Until now, we don't use it for the class. But we use it in the Heritage Conservation Research Program, which also I'm the head of that program. So we use it, and we have two engineers from the geotechnic engineering department. So they handle this total station. And the problem with total station is that it needs lots of care, and it's very sensitive, so that you can't really be flexible when using it. So So this is why it is preferable if you know how to use it in a right way, but it takes time. Of course, one of our dreams right now to have the drones, and I think we can manage to have them so that we can get a better survey and more accurate, of course, layout for the building so that we can check it, and that would make it more accurate. Let's go to the photogrammetry, and you can see here that in September and October we had me and my colleague Manar, we had actually a training course in the Iraqi institution for conservation of heritage and antiquities with Dr. Abdullah Khorshid and Gamma Art Institute. So we used that training course because there was a week in that training course talking about photogrammetry, and we were lucky that the tour to apply what we have learned was in Koya. So we asked them, and we asked Dr. Abdullah and the Gamma Art team to if it's possible to have our students with us so that they can learn about the photogrammetry, and then we can use it in the future. So we have an idea now about how to use photogrammetry in 2D and 3D. Here you can see that we are trying to do a 2D a 2D imaging, and and this is why I asked Dr. Andy my question about the interior, because 2D doesn't give us the 3D. I mean, doesn't doesn't offer us a thickness, so it just gives us the details and the surface. And we need more than that to build our model from inside the building. However, that was very promising, and we couldn't use the photogrammetry this year. We hope that from the next year we can be more prepared for it, and so that we can use it both in the program, in the HCRP program, and in the class of conservation and rehabilitation. Thank you very much, and if you have any question, please.